米大リーグドジャースの大谷翔平は、日本時間17日、敵地エンゼルス戦に1番 DH で先発出場し、4打数2安打5打点の活躍を見せ、チームの15対2の快勝に大きく貢献しました。注目を集めたのは、8回西1、2塁で迎えた第5打席です。大谷はライト線を破る打球を放つと、一気に3塁へ到達。さらにライトアデルの送球がそれる間に、本塁へ滑り込んで生還しました。場内が騒然となる中、リプレイ映像では打球がワンバウンドした後、フェンス上のネットに当たっていたことが確認されました。エンゼルス側はすぐに判定確認を求めましたが、グラウンドルール上、フェンス上のネットに当たった打球は、インプレー扱いとなるため、判定は覆らず、記録は三塁打と相手失策による生還となりました。試合後、このプレーについては関係者から、大谷の判断を称賛する声が相次ぎました。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Manoah's 0-1. Otani pulls it to the right field corner. It's a fair ball. Muncy is in. Call gets the green light. Otani to third. Hey, 2-run triple. The ball in the infield. Joey's coming home. He's saved. It looked like the ball got into the net down the right field line. ww keeps pointing back there. Yeah, that ball is a ground rule double. Kurt Suzuki now conferencing with the umpiring crew. The umpire is talking right there on the right side of the screen is Alex McKay. He's at first base, so that's his territory down the line. Well, you start with first and second and 2 out. When the ball is fair down the line, but when it hits the netting, it is a ground rule double. Fair, and now the netting holds it in the park.
Los Angeles Angels is challenging the ball when out of play.
It should be pretty quick. New York's probably already looked at it. Call will be placed at third. Otani will be placed at second. And at the very least, then those guys get time to catch their breath from the running. The heads-up base running from Otani. It's the point you made the other day, Oral. Basically, play through the whistle. Don't play umpire. Right. And Hoppy is immediately pointing out to the umpire that hit the netting and home plate umpire.
After review, the call is confirmed. The ball is left in play. Los Angeles Angels.
What? How is that in play? Otani had geared back up to come out. The Dodger replay guys have watched it and will warn the bench for what is going to happen, but I don't understand that. I'm not seeing anything in the Angels ground rules that discusses the net. The netting extends all the way to the pole. Unless they determine that the ground rules here that the netting is part of the wall. That is really odd. Now you're flabbergasted. It's like, I've never seen anything like it. They're almost saying like it's a wild pitch and the ball goes off the backstop netting, so it's like part of the backstop. It's not the backstop down there. Down to right field, you said? Yeah, down to right field. We're definitely going to check on this a little bit deeper. Hopefully we'll have an answer for you before the end of the game, because I would like an answer too. Another look. Otani pulled it down the line. It hopped into the net. And it hit in fair territory, right? And it is in the net.
And now it skips through the infield. Shohei's going to try to score. Here comes the flip home. They can't get it off. Otani makes it all the way around Little League style. Joe says that ball landed out of play. It's 9-2 for now. But this looked like
hit the net.
Yeah, it automatically appeared to be over the wall. I don't know what the deal is here.
Yeah.
That it one hopped over the fence and hit the screen, which is out of play. This should be a ground rule double. You could challenge the ground rule.
That ball was not even hit hard either. It was off the end of the bat to stay right down that line and stay fair.
I mean, it's way above that green wall, which is out of play. At that point, it's a ground rule double. Adele showing his hands up to signify the ball is out of play. And this will be a ground rule check, which will be a very quick call here. I mean, it's extremely obvious. This will be an automatic ground rule double for Shohei, which will put Muncy home and Alex Call at third base.
Every baseball hit in this inning was softly hit. I don't quite understand why you don't see that unless...
What are
I'm
you
not saying something.
Well, what are you looking for if you're not looking at that? So this will put two more men on the bases and erase 2 runs for now. It's 7-2 as Ohtani gets the RBI. Would have been interesting if there really was there's no error there. I guess it might have been on the throw in. This would have been a triple with an error, but it will be switched here if Jim Wolf could tell us.
After review, the call is confirmed. The ball is left in play. Los Angeles Angels.
How is the ball in play? How is that possible? I mean, that is completely confounding. That ball very, very clearly goes off the screen, which is out of play.
I mean, look at that even reaction for Joe Adele.
That is an incredible call, confirmed. And so it would have to be now a 2-run triple and an error that allowed Ohtani to come home for what is a Little League home run. I don't think they would just give him a straight up inside the park home run, but I don't know. Maybe they will, just because why not? After calling that a ball in play, you might as well just say it's an inside the park home run. And he gave them a Little League version of that his last time up when he hit a ball down the right field line that stayed fair and then bounced over into foul territory, hitting the screen, the protective netting that extends all the way to the right field foul pole here, which is ruled to be in play. And Shohei made his way around the bases with some help on a throwing error when the ball came in from a befuddled Joe Adele, who thought the ball was out of play, as did pretty much everybody in this stadium. And to the Dodgers' credit, they kept running. That's what you're supposed to do when a ball is wedged or in a weird spot. You let the umpires make the call. Here's Shohei knocking in some more. He brings home Muncy, Hernandez, and Kim. It's a 5 RBI night for Ohtani, doing all of that in the last 2 innings. With the score out of hand, it is 15-2.
That ball was rocketed by Shohei down in the corner.
Shohei now extending his RBI total for the year from 17 to 22.
They certainly did. And speaking of that offense, it started with Shohei Ohtani at the top against his former team. A double, a triple, 5 runs batted in, and also an interview with David Vassegh right now.
Shohei, what a night for you. What a night for the team. A 4-game winning streak now that started on the night that you pitched 7 scoreless innings. A lot of nats tonight, right, Shohei?
虫がいっぱいいて4連勝で、今日のいい登板から始まりましたけども、そうです。いい流れで来てると思うので、また明日早いですし、切り替えて、5連勝できるように頑張りたいなと思います。
Yeah, picking up good momentum. It's an early game tomorrow, but we want to do what we did today.
You played here a lot of years. This was the first season they put the netting all the way down to the foul pole. Did you realize that when you hit it down there, it was going off the netting?
ずっと向こうまでネットを貼り付けたの今年なんですけども、それって知ってましたかと。
いや、知らなかったですね。僕がいた頃はなかったので、はい。僕は当たったかどうか分かんなくて、とりあえず全力で走りましたけど、結果的に良かったんじゃないかなと思います。
Yeah, I didn't know about this netting. Since when I played here, there wasn't any netting, but I just kept running.
How much fun was it tonight to run the bases the way you did? Not only on the triple, the double. How much fun did you have again tonight?
本当に打撃も走塁もいっぱいランできて、楽しかったですかと。
そうですね。エンジェルスファンもそうですし、ドジャースファンも所属している2つのチームのファンの方々の前でプレーできるっていうのは僕にとっては特別なことなので、そこでいいパフォーマンスができるっていうのは特別なことだなと思ってます。
Yeah, just happy to be able to perform in front of both Dodger fans and Angels fans. So I was really happy I was able to contribute a lot today.
Last one. Posture feeling good again?
まあ、姿勢は大丈夫ですか？あとはバッティングの。
まあ、よくはなってるかなとは思うので、引き続き頑張りたいなと思ってます。
Go in the right direction.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping.
Thank you.
There he goes, Shohei Ohtani, a big night. The fireworks are going to start now, but the show was earlier tonight.
And 5 RBIs for Shohei Ohtani in the final 2 innings. It was still a 6-2 game, so not completely in the win column for the Dodgers at that point, Jerry. And then they get the triple by Shohei Ohtani into the netting, scored a couple of runs, and at that point, this game was pretty much over.
It was a triple and an air, not an inside the park home run. But again, I love the fact that Shohei Ohtani kept running. The guys kept running, and even though it was an awkward play because I thought we all assumed if it hits the netting, obviously bouncing fair territory, then hops up, hits the netting, we all assumed that it's a dead ball because it would have went with no netting there a few years back, it would have went in the stands. But these guys kept hustling, kept running, and Shohei Ohtani did not assume anything. And the rules, Nomar shared with us in the studio that it acts like a wall. So it's in play. Great job, Shohei Ohtani, hustling around. It was that triple. They kicked the ball around, and he was able to score on the air.
You're right. Don't assume anything. Let the umpires figure it out later. If they have to send you back, they have to send you back. So they did exactly what they were supposed to do. But Shohei Ohtani obviously had a great 5 RBIs. It's really good to see him squaring up some balls, swinging the bat well, getting the extra base hits, continuing working on getting that confidence. I think up and down the lineup, I just really like you have 7 of the 9 guys, 7 different guys had RBIs today. So found a way to knock guys in. So that was really good to see. And guys, up and down, all starters found a way to get on base at some point throughout this game.
When you went out for the first game of the series, were you aware of the netting being in play? Was there any concern that may not stand as a triple?
No, because the ground rules here are the netting. If it hits, it's in play. So that wasn't a question. I didn't really know what they're challenging, but no, we weren't concerned about that.
What was going through your head as he was rounding the bases and you watched it all unfold?
I didn't have a good vantage point, so I didn't know if a fan interfered with this, so if it was down the line further. So I thought, just a little league home run, So it was good to see him hustle.
Shohei's already starting to show signs of coming out of it. To play like that, like scoring in such a weird fashion, kind of helped open him up even further, especially with the double right afterwards.
Well, I think that what shows is his effort level going around there for the double initially and to continue to go. So I think that's, for me, that was most telling. I think the bat speed was good, the swings were good, at bat's good, but then the hustle, that there's just more in the tank right now.
His last out but exit velocity was 117 miles in the 9th inning.
Off the bat. Yeah. I mean, he's got his kind of. I think he's just. We were hoping to get a reset with a couple days off, and I think, that's what happened. I think he's just feeling better and quicker with the bat.
You scored in the 8th inning on Ohtani's triple / little league home run.
Yeah.
Did you see it hit the net? Were you getting a read on that, and were you convinced that it wasn't a ground rule double?
I mean, my thought process was I'm getting off this base. Anything possible that I can score from first. Like that's always what I'm thinking, regardless of the game score. And so I got a good secondary lead. As soon as he hit it, I was off, and that's all I could see. Then when I came around to score, I turned around and Shohei was coming home, and I'm like, what happened? So I didn't find out until later, but I guess the ball's in play there, so just kind of is what it is.
Did they kind of stress that to you going into the series, like that the balls off the net are in play?
I mean, it wasn't stressed, but you play the ball until someone tells you not to. In my opinion, I mean, sometimes it's tricky. I know it hit this kind of the side and stop the ball, so that can make a difference. But I try to just play the ball and let the ump sort it out. If we need to challenge it later, we can. But otherwise, play it out.
Shohei's little league home run. What was going through your head as you watched that?
I mean, this is something Shohei would do. Not a lot of people can